What's up, Lakers? Welcome to the show. Today is the last episode of On the Lake for this year's senior crew, so we are going to have a great episode for you today. This show will include a few jokes from 1Sev, an overview of the eclipse, a new addition to the campus, and special guests live. When you came back from spring break, you might have noticed that there was something missing from campus. Over break, the 175-year-old beech tree was cut down and removed from in front of Sinclair Hall. The tree had been in danger of falling for many years and was reinforced with steel cables. It took a few days to set the equipment and bring down the tree. These guys were real pros and made it look easy. Putting it into perspective, the tree was here during the Civil War. That doesn't seem real. Wow. The big beech was most likely planted around 5 years before BL was founded and will be missed. We got to experience a really cool thing as an entire school this year. A solar eclipse. The solar eclipse seen on April 8th is the first one since 2017 and the last one until 2044. Mr. Post and Ms. Wozlowski kindly provided all students with eclipse glasses, which made it possible to see the eclipse safely. Overall, it was a cool experience that will hopefully remind us of BL during the next eclipse. Thanks to Miss B's husband for the cool pics of the eclipse. Here's a new segment for you. I know Mr. Dodge would love this. We went around the halls and got the best jokes from the Laker community. We can't promise that they will make you laugh, but at least they tried. Enjoy these jokes from 1Sev.
Welcome to Jokes of the Day with William Hurling. What does a runner eat on race day? Nothing. They fast. What do you call a well-balanced horse? Stable.
What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef.
What did the red light say to the green light?
I don't know what.
Don't look, I'm changing.
Why did they take turtle soup off the menu?
I don't know why.
It was a slow mover.
I got a good one. What's brown and sticky?
I don't know what.
A stick.
Why can't you hear the pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
I don't know why.
Because the P is silent.
Why did the bicycle fall over?
I don't know why.
Because it was too tired.
I'm here with Keegan McClure. Keegan, do you have a joke for us?
I do. Do you want to hear a construction joke? Sorry, I'm still working on it.
Coach Farrell, do you have a joke for us?
I do. Will, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
I don't know. What is it?
What do you think it is?
R.
You think it's the R, but it's really the C.
Okay. Micah, let's hear a joke.
What did the ocean say when it left?
It waved goodbye.
No. Oceans don't talk.
I'm here with Duncan Barnes. Duncan, do you have a joke for us?
Yeah, I do. Where do polar bears keep their money?
I don't know. Where?
Snowbank.
I'm here with Dylan. Dylan, do you have a joke for us?
I think I got one. What do you call a girl with one leg bigger than the other?
I don't know. What?
Eileen.
Why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Why?
Because then it would be a foot.
Yeah, what did the triangle say to the circle?
I don't know. What?
You're pointless.
Nick, can you top that?
I can try. What are the advantages of Switzerland?
What?
There's not much, but the flag's a big plus.
Yeah, but first I just want to say rest in peace, water, because you will be missed.
So you're about the claustrophobic astronaut?
No.
He just needed a little space.
I'm here with Miss West. Miss West, do you have a joke for us?
I'm not really good with jokes on the spot, but why'd the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other side where the math classrooms were.
Thank you.
Occasionally, we get some visitors here on campus from foreign lands. Last year, we had boys from New Zealand visit for a friendly soccer match. This year was no different, as the Scots College Drum and Bagpipe Band visited our school from Australia. They were in the United States playing in the competition and took time to stop by for a visit.
My name's Ed. I'm from the Scots College in Sydney, Australia, and I'm the drum major for our band here. been really good. It's quite a different experience to what we have at school back in Australia. So the whole system works a lot differently. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been really good to meet students the same age from a different country. So it's been really fun. We play and we practice Monday afternoons. Everyone in the school actually has to do a extracurricular activity on a Monday afternoon. So we practice then, and if you're in a higher level band like us, we practice some lunch times and just throughout the week. So it does pile up to a lot of practice. We have ages from about 11 and 12 to me, the oldest 17. So it's really cool the fact that we have such good chemistry between everyone, and it's so cool to see because you don't usually get that at school normally. But it's loads of fun because everyone's playing the same thing. So you have this sort of common interest. But it's lots of fun. It's really good. It's super fun to see them around the campus and really sort of interact like you wouldn't normally with kids your age. We have a lot of boys who teach younger boys and influence them in a lot of ways. So it's really important to get that connection. Even me, who started very young at our school, it's really important to build up that connection to look up to a lot of boys who are older than you. Well, it's not my first time in the States, but it's definitely my first time on the East Coast, which is a bit of a different experience to my time on the West Coast, generally in LA, and my family go to the snow a lot. So we go to Colorado and stuff often, but it's a lot different being here, especially having gone to Washington and all that stuff and seeing all those different things that you see back at home, and it's really cool to actually see it and to just experience something like this, like boys your age who do the same thing as you every day, but in a lot of different ways. It's really cool to see. The gym's definitely a lot better than ours, but it's really open. I mean, in Sydney, it's quite cramped. We're in quite a commercial area, so it's quite cramped up. It's really nice out here, really open, and it's really good. The weather's actually really nice today as well. So, it's just a lot more open than us, really. Ours is a lot more cramped, but the buildings are all very similar, and it's really cool to see. From one boys' school to another, probably Scots is very similar to what you guys do here, and we share a lot of similarities. And some of our boys look forward to coming over here and experiencing what you guys have in the future.
That was a pretty cool experience for the entire school. And now let's go outside to Micah Reid, who is joined by a special guest. Micah?
Thanks, Nick. I'm outside Gore Hall with a very special guest. Mr. Post, how are you doing?
I'm great, Micah. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. We recently had the ribbon cutting and dedication of our new spaces. How did the evening go?
It was a terrific night on Thursday night. We formally dedicated the capital projects from the Boldly BL campaign. We're standing outside of Gore Hall, which you guys, of course, have lived in since September. 12,000 square feet, a new classroom space, the art space, and digital media, digital production are all in here. We had, 100 donors who've given to the campaign so far, and they were treated to a really special night. It was terrific.
Absolutely. With the class of 2024 leaving campus very soon, who or what stands out from this group?
What a great class. I think I say that every year at this time. So, graduation's June 1st, 9:30. You can tune in live as well. And I think as part of that graduation, at this time of year, we get ready for it in terms of writing the comments about each of you that we deliver. And it's just great to see, whether you started in kindergarten or first grade or more recently in the upper school, how much you've done over the course of time in terms of really distinguishing yourselves here on Lake Avenue. We wouldn't have had as great a year as we've had it not been for outstanding student body leadership. I had a chance to talk to Mr. Mollett recently. One of the things we always do when he and I connect is catch up on all of you and all the great things. Mr. Mollett's also a terrific fountain for stories from your middle school days, which perhaps may may emerge on commencement morning for a couple of you. So, Mr. Mollett, I think you're out there watching live as well, tuning in. I hope the hair and makeup look okay.
Thank you. What are the expectations and hopes for the next year and the class of 2025?
So, one of the things about being in a school that's terrific for somebody like me is that, like, the clock always resets, right? And I think we had a lot of hope and expectation in the fall of 22 about the graduating class of 23. We had a lot of hope and expectation in the fall of 23 about you and your classmates and all the things that you've done. And so the same thing for the guys who will follow behind you. I often say that the school, right? It's not my school or Mr. Earhart's school. It's your school for the time that you're here, right? As students, and you all leave an indelible mark on it. And we talk about from generation to generation, you build on that legacy. So what next year's student body leaders will do under the leadership of Charlie and the rest of the guys, who can say? But we're just awfully excited, again, for all the things that you and your classmates have done and what follows behind you.
Looking specifically at Charlie, how do you think he's going to do as a president? And what do you maybe look for from the upcoming student officers or him just as the president?
Yeah, so I think back now. I'm finishing my 16th year. Charlie will be president in my 17th year. That's 17 student body presidents, right? And actually, there was one year where we had 3. We had this triumvirate thing. Anyway, yeah, it was like I don't know, a return to the old Roman Senate or something. Boys Latin, though, it makes sense, right? Yeah. So I think each student body president brings his own character and his own uniqueness. Charlie's had a great career here so far, and I think he's also had a really, really strong role model in Colin in terms of how to set the right tone with classmates and for the school. So awfully excited to see what he does.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, Mr. Post. Now let's go to Bryce Antwerpen in the Military History Museum.
As the school year is coming to a close, a person who has been a part of this community for so long has decided to take a big step down. Butch Meisel has retired from his hockey coaching career. Let's take a look back at his time here and how he became the man he is today.
Oh my gosh. That was 43 years ago. Well, that's hard to remember my first day because I came in for interviews and I'd been to campus before because I taught and went to McDonough. So I came here and played against Boys Latin and that kind of stuff, coach. So it wasn't anything I didn't expect. I really don't remember a first day. I was really acclimated right off because one of the reasons I came here was my former teacher and coach at McDonough knew there was an opening and he wanted me to come and help coach soccer and baseball. So I felt really comfortable the first day I came in. Once again, I just felt comfortable here. I've been able to do what I want to do in my life. I wanted to coach soccer, wanted to coach hockey, wanted to coach baseball, and I wanted to teach history. And Boys Latin gave me the opportunity to teach my first passion, which is military history. And the rest of that is history. So I've been here because of that. And I've met good friends. My only disappointment is a lot of my friends over those 43 years have gone. So I get a new batch. But it's sad to see people I've known for 10, 15 years that leave. Well, the museum started from having taught the course. I have a huge collection at home where most of this stuff has come from. And I just actually got tired of bringing the stuff in. As you can imagine, it does damage to the artifacts. It would take me sometimes days to figure out how to pack it to get it into the car, get it here for a one-day lecture, pack it all back up, have it sit in the living room. And I finally said, I can't do that anymore. It's ridiculous. So I tried for years to get a museum built, and it looked like we were going to have it done several times, and it always seemed to just peter out until finally 2 people came in and said, we're going to pay for it. 2 very prominent people said, we're going to get it done. And that's what happened. I played football at McDonough one year, then played all these years at soccer. But I was always knocking the football around, just seeing if I could kick it. And I thought I was getting pretty good. And I met a guy at work, a summer job at Maryland Cup. And he played for an all-black semi-pro football team. And he said, hey, you got a lot of mouth. Why don't you try to come out and kick? And I said, deal. So I went out the first day and they went, we're all black but one. So I made the team. And we won 2 big championships. That was another bond. Those guys were great to hang out with. But I really liked that. That was a lot of fun. I was asked to try out for the Oakland Raiders. and I didn't. I declined the tryout because if I didn't get it, I would have lost my first job at McDonough. And I was like, should I go out there? Should I not? I don't know if I'd have ever made the team, but I could say I had a chance for a tryout. Hard work and dedication pays off. And that's what you guys had. I mean, so it's not just me, but that's the way I've always coached. I'm in it for the long haul in every sport because I'm in it for the players. I think you have to be hard but fair. You can't be Mr. Fun all the time. You know, you do that in the locker room or somewhere else. But once you get out there, you got to be ready for business.
Now, let's go over to Bennett with sports.
Thanks, Bryce. With spring sports nearly wrapping up, we want to update our 4 sports: lacrosse, golf, baseball, and tennis. Varsity lacrosse has had a great season so far, with the record standing at 8-1 and #1 seed going into the playoffs. Junior Matt Higgins and senior president Colin Kenny have come up huge for the team this season. They travel to the school on Falls Road tomorrow to crush them. Laker Golf is cruising through their conference with a record of 9-1 and securing the 1 seed in the playoffs as well. #1 seed freshman Harrison Roberts is beating all of his opponents through 8 holes. The varsity golf team will be playing their first round of playoffs at Suburban versus St. Peter and Paul. Over to the hard court, Laker tennis has had another tremendous season. With the record standing at undefeated 7-0, the boys start their playoff run tomorrow at Lake Ave. Senior James London and junior Eli Holder are fired up to try to win the team's 3rd championship in 3 years. Last but not least, Laker baseball is cruising as well, with the record standing at 12-1 and looking to make a run in the playoffs this week. Good luck to all of our spring athletes as we try to win 4 championships. Now, let's go outside to Ben Bykov with another special guest. Ben?
Thanks, Bennett. I'm here with Mr. Melcher, 7th grade history teacher and our next middle school head. Thank you, Mr. Melcher, for being here for the special BLTV episode.
You know, Ben, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.
BLTV. Greetings.
Mr. Melcher, what made you want to apply for this position as the new head of the middle school?
You know, it's a fantastic question. Thanks for asking, Ben. And I think, like everything else here, it starts with students like you, both of our guys behind the camera right now, anybody watching. Every single kid here has so much to offer and brings a real unique contribution to the community. And so it starts out with knowing the kids and being able to lift them up and honor their experience, like you, for example. So I didn't have Ben as a student in my class. He was always across the hallway with Mrs. Vernon after school, cooking, grinding on his ELA papers, on his 8th grade speech. And so that's how I came to know him at first. And there was also a pretty pleasant way that he sort of put himself on the teacher's radar, which was cookies, cookie man over here. So he's really masterful as a baker. Long story short, my mother-in-law picks a young entrepreneur every Christmas to make cookies to give out to her friends. I put that out there to Ben. He had the courage to take on a big professional order, 250 cookies. They were packaged really professionally. And he delivered, and he got paid $2 per cookie. Shout out to math. He was rolling around with a fair amount of walking around money after that. And I think it shows a lot of integrity of how he used that money. So his actions actually align with his moral compass. So instead of just going out to, I don't know, Game Center or StockX, he takes the money that he earned by sort of indulging one of his own talents, and he donates it to Ukraine. I think is it mom's Ukrainian and dad's Brazilian?
Yeah, it's Ukrainian. Backwards. You got it backwards.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah.
My bad.
You're good.
And I mean, really just showing compassion for his fellow man there. And so I think Ben is a sort of a microcosm for why I was interested in the role. It's really the privilege and the opportunity to get to know our boys and really lift up and elevate their experience.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. What do you hope to bring to as like the new leader of the middle school? Like what values, like what's your vision for the middle school in these next couple of years as the head? Another
Fabulous question. Values, really nothing new. Really driving home courage, compassion, integrity, and also esse quam videri. In terms of student experiences, and I've already talked to Ms. Wozlowski about this, same thing with Mr. Schintzline, I think that we have a lot of room, a lot of opportunities for interdivisional programming, getting our middle school guys across the bridge here, getting the lower school kids up into the middle school. That's a jumping off point, more field trips. Yeah. and also hoping to round out our academic offerings with maybe even bringing some of what we're watching right here, right now, down to the middle school, although that's a bit aspirational.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, we've heard a rumor that you'd like to bring video production to the middle school. So thank you.
I would. I'm not trying to write checks that that I can't cash right now, but I want a lot of things from the middle school. And if that's in the form of kids getting exposure to video and this sort of news programming, I think it would be an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And our last question here before we have to wrap up. What is your favorite thing about Boys Latin?
Great question. I think it's the community feel. Every single person here is known. Every single person here is honored for who they are.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Melcher. Now let's go back inside with Nick with a look at a growing tradition. Nick?
Thanks, Ben. One of our yearly traditions at Boys Latin is our annual One Love Day. This year was extra special, though, to the Boys Latin One Love Club. Our theme for this year was 10 healthy signs for 10 years. Our Lakers had a blast rotating through activities where they experienced and learned about the 10 healthy signs of relationships. We gave a warm welcome to Julie Myers as our keynote speaker. Miss Myers is the CEO of One Love Foundation and was Yardley's lacrosse coach from the University of Virginia. She gave a truly touching talk where she focused on her relationship with Yardley and the impact that experiencing relationship violence has had on her. We'd like to give a huge thank you and highlight Mrs. Kenny and Mr. Becker for their incredible leadership and dedication to empowering students to promote healthy relationships. At last, the day came to a close as the whole school gathered in unison to form the One Love Heart.
Although usually on BLTV, we mostly cover upper school, we were lucky enough to get a tour of a special environment in the lower school, where fourth graders Nolan and Dylan show around senior Connor Schoenwetter.
One of the coolest and most fun things in lower school at Boys Latin is the art classes.
Mr. Petroskevich, I think he does this 2 times a year. Last time it was an ocean theme for the art show.
Twice a year, Mr. Petroskevich art students decorate the lower school hallways with really cool themes. One of the themes this year was a jungle.
I think it's just for people to feel comfortable and feel like they're in a jungle or the sky. So when I come upstairs, I feel a lot different. So down here feels a lot better than upstairs. It's not plain here.
Most of the decorations are handmade by the students, but Mr. P also brings in some fun, inflatable stuff too.
I like how they're blown up because there's really nothing else blown up here, and it's more like a jungle theme. So I think there should be other animals too.
It's cool to get the littlest Lakers involved and show off their creative sides.
The younger kids make stuff like rainbows for the sky or little butterflies that you saw over there.
The second theme for the year's decoration was the big blue sky.
Welcome to the blue skies ahead.
Welcome to the blue skies ahead. So this is the skies?
Yep, I'm guessing because of the parachutes and stuff.
I guess it feels relaxing down here and you're more excited to come down here than you usually are. I like the jungle. Down where the jungle is, there's how to explain it? Kind of that monkey on top of, I don't know what that is, but there's something over there where the monkeys are on top and just hanging from the ceiling. It's just cool. We are lucky to have such a hardworking, dedicated art teacher here at BL.
Some kids don't respect it by maybe putting their computer down on the wallpaper right here and just goes right through but yeah, he put a lot of dedication to this and I really appreciate it.
We really appreciate what our teachers do for us here at BL. We know they work really hard and really care about us.
I really appreciate it. It feels comfortable, relaxing. I would point out the art teacher did a really good job of doing this. It's probably one of my favorite classes. It's maybe sometimes quieter. It's a time where you can talk to your friends a little bit, time where you could just draw all you want, and it's just a comfortable class.
I love showing off what my classmates and I create for everyone to see.
These past 2 years, Nick and I have had the pleasure of being your host on BLTV. Thank you for the opportunity. Signing out.